living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see it through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome feels so right. With diet-free life, the health futures lose by.
Hello. This is Diet Free Life with yours truly, Robert Ferguson. I am excited. I am delighted to spend time with you. And today is going to be fun because I have a couple of guests I'm going to bring on. And we're going to talk about, and I'm going to put this on me. They can agree with it. You could agree with it or not agree with it. But my goal inside of the next 30 minutes or so is to shed light on what I believe to be true. And that is, if there was only one supplement that people could supplement with, right? What would that supplement be? I'm 100% in belief that the supplement we're going to talk about today, I would say, is number one. And, it'll be fun. You guys can push back. You can challenge me, send some questions. Hey, if you could only take one supplement, would it be a multivitamin? Would it be an omega-3? Would it be a probiotic, a prebiotic, a synbiotic? Like, what would it be if you could only supplement with one thing? Now, I'm also going to share with you that this supplement that I'm calling the number one supplement is also a big part of the number one health concern we have out there. And it's called inflammation, right? So whether a person is dealing with cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, Hashimoto's, dementia, Alzheimer's, gout, lupus, and the list goes on and on and on and on. The one thing that they all have in common is that the condition is worsened because of inflammation. And it's driven primarily because of inflammation. Now, if you're in agreement with that, and I have a whole bunch of scientists, I have cardiologists, I have oncologists, I have gastroenterologists, they all agree. All of my friends who are family physicians, whatever their specialty is, they all agree that inflammation is not a good thing. If you got kidney problems, inflammation is not your friend. Inflammation is not our friend. And so we're going to talk about, how do you address it? Okay, how do you address inflammation? So this is going to be good. And if you have questions, I want to invite you to ask your questions, because as we talk about this, the company that has this product, this supplement that I think everybody benefits from 100%, because we don't have to agree on what's the number one, but I think I have a pretty strong case. Now, here's the really good news. As we become informed and learn a few things today, as we have this conversation, they have a Black Friday sale. So you can literally buy one and get one free. So let's say that you're inflamed. Maybe you're walking around feeling puffy. Maybe you feel like, man, I think that's my problem, inflammation. Maybe you're living with rheumatoid arthritis. And we know that's inflammation, right? Because you had a C-reactive protein test. It was confirmed that you're inflamed. So they put you on certain medications to help with that. Inflammation is what we're talking about. And it just so happens that the product that I believe is the number one product that everybody will benefit from addresses that. So without further delay, I'm going to bring on my very first guest. Her name is Veronica Valentino, and she's not a vampire. She just has a cool last name. Okay. So first up, what's up there, Veronica?
Hey, Robert, how are
Veronica.
you?
We are good. We are
That's
good,
funny.
and welcome all the way from Philadelphia, correct?
Yes, sir. All the way from Philadelphia.
All right. Well, you saw my title.
I did.
I'm talking about, I said the world's #1 supplement addresses the world's #1 health concern. And you heard my little intro.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your thoughts as I'm saying that? And feel free to represent the people and push back.
You know what? I can relate to a lot of things that you were talking about, especially when it comes to rheumatoid arthritis. I'll tell you what, when I first got diagnosed with it, I turned around and was like, all right, I'll go to a rheumatologist. But then right away, they want to give me injections, put me on specific medicines. Can I say it? Methotrexate.
Yeah, methotrexate. Yep, that's a popular one.
Yeah, I looked at the side effects. I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I figured, okay, I'm going to just live with the pain. And I did for the longest time. And then I stopped going to one rheumatologist and got referred to another one. I was probably with him for about maybe 3 months, and he told me he's retiring. And I'm like, great, I started something. Now all of a sudden you're retiring. I thought he was going to help me, but unfortunately he did not. So I said, okay, I just decided to live with the pain, and my hands would be like this. Couldn't move them. They just, couldn't, my hands, my fingers hurt, the joints, and it was mainly my hands. And here I wound up doing something else. It was helping, but it wasn't taking, holistic. I like holistic, the holistic approach, looking at different homeopathic things to do, taking supplements and whatnot. But what I did was I found the balance oil, and I was on it I'm on it now, going into my 5th month. And I'll tell you what a game changer. What a game changer.
Okay. And you're off methotrexate, right?
Never took it. I wouldn't take it because I didn't like what the side effects were. And I was not about to have all these side effects. I just didn't want to deal with them. I figured, okay, I'll just deal with the pain.
Nice.
And I did take a couple injections, though, from the first rheumatologist. I was like, is something supposed to be happening? Because nothing was happening. And I can make fists. You know what? I can do, work with my hands. I can hold the pen. I can write. And I'm not on methotrexate. Never took it. Take the balance oil.
Okay.
And each day it just gets better.
All right. So for those of you who are new to arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, what we're talking about is inflammation, you guys.
Right.
Now, when you met with your doctor and they said, hey, you have arthritis, or did you go in already feeling that you felt you had it? And I guess where I'm going is, did they ever mention the word inflammation when you were with the doctor, when you first got it diagnosed?
No, because you know what? I went in, I actually thought for a cold, a sinus infection. And I'm thinking, for some reason, I said, my hands hurt. I said, what are my hands? I said, please take away the pain in my hands. Give me something. And that's how we come to find out that when they did the C-reactor, the blood work and everything, that says you have rheumatoid arthritis. And here went.
Now, do you remember? Did they ever do a C-reactive protein test for you?
They did. As a matter of fact, they check all the time. What I do need to update is blood work on seeing where I am now. Serum blood work.
Right. Now, I would love to, I don't know if you ever sent me your paperwork on your C-reactive protein, but I would love to see it. Because, and we don't need to go into it now, but everyone, if you're hearing C-reactive protein for the first time, that is a common test that many doctors will have done to kind of get an idea of your level of inflammation in your body. Okay. And that would add confirmation that they want to treat that. And because of the symptoms that she was sharing, then they were able to say, yep, you have rheumatoid arthritis, right? So
Yep.
inflammation is one. So let's go back to the big statement I'm putting out there, because there's a lot of supplements out there in the world. Now I'm going to show everybody the supplement that we're talking about, and then I'm going to bring clarity to why I'm confident to say this is the world's #1 supplement. So this is called Balance Oil. And in this bottle, 60% of what's in this bottle is liquid, is actually omega-3 fatty acids. Now, a lot of people will say, hey, I take an omega-3. I'm taking an omega-3. Yeah, fish oil. I've been on that for years. Okay, this is not the same as fish oil. Okay, but there's some similar components to it. So remember, this is a bottle filled with oil, and if a person didn't want the oil, they could use capsules. But 60% of what's in here is omega-3s. And 40% of what's in here is called polyphenols. Both polyphenols and omega-3 are properties that help lower inflammation. They're known for helping calm inflammation. And when they are together synergistically, you're really optimizing. And this just happens to be a patented formula. So we're going to use words like omega-3, and we're going to use a word called polyphenols. Now, if you go to the website, there's a black bottle. Okay, so you got a white bottle, and we have a black bottle. And people say, well, what's the difference? So they call this a premium, and they call this a basic, okay, regular. They both have the same amount of omega-3s. But the black bottle has 4 times more polyphenols. Now, the goal in this conversation is for people to realize the role of polyphenols and omega-3s, and why would someone even want something that has 4 times more polyphenols than this one? Because they both work. But once you understand polyphenols, you will then see the value in this. So I'm going to pause. Any thoughts coming?
No, I love it.
Okay. Now I'm gonna bring up something. We're gonna watch a very short video, and it's completely off topic. And then we're gonna bring in Renee, your partner, and then we're gonna talk about polyphenols, and we're gonna talk about omega-3s, and we're gonna end up getting into how to detox the body naturally, because there's this thing called glyphosate that's in like all the foods. Like I published an article on it today, and it's in foods that people are eating, and it's carcinogenic, and it's an endocrine disruptor, and people are getting sick, and they don't understand why. And glyphosate is also like an antibiotic, meaning if you take an antibiotic, everybody knows, or most people know, that it gets into your gut, and it kind of just kills a lot of your healthy bacteria. Well, did you know that if you go out to eat, that most fruits and vegetables that you buy, if they are not organic, you're consuming glyphosate? Did you know that when they test people randomly in their urine, they can see the glyphosate? When they test people randomly in their blood, Veronica, they're pulling up glyphosate. When they go to pregnant women and women who just gave birth, and they test the breast milk, they're seeing glyphosate. It's in everything. And what I'm going to demonstrate is if you don't have enough polyphenols in your body, you cannot naturally eliminate things like glyphosate, lead, aluminum, and all these things that people are concerned with to get inside of our bodies. Because our bodies are beautiful, but if you don't have enough of this thing called polyphenols, then your body has this antioxidant called glutathione. It cannot help get rid of the crap. Whoa! Now
Yep,
the
good
video.
stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, and watch this. And here's where we're about to go far right. And if anyone misses this part, they missed a big, very important part.
Right.
This video My daughters, you know, I mean, every dad's supposed to be in their kids' lives. Okay, that's just what you're supposed. You shouldn't have to say, "Hey, I take care of my kids." You're supposed to. You don't say that. Okay, but when you're informed, it does help to be aware of certain things, right? So my kids like to get extensions, hair extensions, and braids done
Yeah.
once a year.
Okay.
Now I don't know if you knew this or not, but and you and I have actually talked about this. Black women are dying faster than any other ethnic group in the United States of America.
Yep,
They're
I
more
believe
sick,
80%, right?
more cancer,
Yep.
Alzheimer's, everything. There's a company, one location in Maryland, where you can go get your hair braided with extensions 24/7. That means it never closes.
Wow.
The woman who owns this place, she spends $200,000 every month buying hair because of the demand. So if she's buying $200,000 worth of hair, these braids that the people put into their hair, you know she's making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't have
watch
that
this.
problem.
Well, watch this video
I'm
because
watching.
and I want you to connect the dots. If people are putting that stuff in their hair, the same as people are consuming certain foods, if it shows up on your skin because of irritations, etc., and we know it's carcinogenic, and some of it is lead, benzene, all of these things, and you're
Right.
walking around and it leaches into the skin. And the number one hairstyle for Black women is getting these extensions. You start putting it together. And if
Yeah.
you're eating processed food, you got pounds of glyphosate all over your body, and you're not getting enough polyphenols, and you're not cutting down inflammation, you're inflamed and you're going to get sick.
Yep.
All right, so let's watch this video right here.
Times in particular, I've gotten braids and I've had breakouts on my neck.
She's an analytical chemist herself and has centered her own research around the beauty industry and its impact on our health. She showed me what it was like when she picked up the wrong braiding hair one time.
Cornrow braids that went just straight to the back. So a majority of the exposure to the braids was my neck. And honestly, I hate to say it, I kept the braids in. I needed to get my money's worth.
She says she hasn't gotten them since, though.
If this is what's happening externally and we can see this as manifested on the outside of the skin, what's really happening in the body? Because a lot of times there are some diseases that you just can't see. Is this why Black folks are disproportionately affected by some of these very extreme diseases, particularly Black women? We have some of the highest mortality rates for most of the major cancers in this country.
Specifically breast cancer. Black women with a 40% higher mortality rate than white women in the United States.
If we already are exposed to a thing, do we then want to introduce a product that then exposes us to even more that can cause harm? I want my braids all the way to the ankles, but can my hair not have lead in it?
Well,
Wow.
did you
That's
know?
crazy.
Was that the first time you hearing that?
The first time I ever saw that. But I figured,
Yeah.
you know, especially when women dye their hair. I mean, I knew they were getting chemicals, but as far as braids, wow. Shocked.
And keep in mind, we have many master antioxidants in our bodies that help get rid of toxins. But when you're not producing enough of it, because one of the things you're not getting called polyphenols, and you're inflamed, then it's just a matter of time.
Right. Yeah. Wow. That's sad.
You see
You know,
what I
I
mean?
was speaking to a funeral director, and he was talking about how many people are coming in under the age of 40 that are passing away with all these different things. I mean, it's not heart attack. It's not. These are all like you know, people die of epilepsy now, hair extensions, and all these crazy things. But they're these young individuals, young adults, 18 to 40. You know, you're supposed to live till you're like 90. I'm
Well,
just
not when you're
saying.
exposed to the things we're
Uh-uh.
exposed to. So I'm going to bring on your buddy, our friend, a lady by the name of Renee Wren. She is a one and only. So let's bring her on. And boom, what's up, Renee?
Hey there. How you
Hey.
doing?
We are good. So you are in the spirit right now, and you're in the beautiful state of Nevada.
No, I'm in Arizona. I'm actually in Phoenix today. We do our family celebration for Thanksgiving in Phoenix and driving home tomorrow.
Okay, so you now how far of a drive is Phoenix from Las Vegas?
4 to 6 hours depending on what day it is.
Okay, so only 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, that's not bad. Cause that's for me. It's a 5-hour drive from where I live in California to Vegas, which is not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Okay, now you just watched that video we played about the hair stuff, right?
That's incredible. I had never heard of that before. Never.
Now imagine you find out you have breast cancer, but you're not going to give up your hair.
Makes no sense to me. I'm so sorry. If I know something is doing something detrimental to my health, I'm going to find another solution to get what I want.
But see, that's if you know. So what happens is people don't know. Right?
True.
So when you go buy food at the store, you have people right now that are washing their fruits and vegetables, thinking they can get the glyphosate off of it, but you can't. It's inside of the food. So you're consuming it. But this is why I'm saying that balanced oil, in my opinion, is the number one supplement. If you could only pick one, what supplement would a person go with? So
that would be it for me. Balanced oil would be it for me.
Okay.
You know, when I first heard about this last July, Robert, this was the piece to the puzzle that was my light bulb moment, because I've been doing healthy for quite a number of years now, and yet my weight still couldn't get off my last 50 pounds. So I'm in that 4-month cycle of getting all new cells using the balance oil. And I can't wait to see what the results are. I'm so excited. I can hardly wait.
Nice. Well, Veronica's test just came back.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
And there was one thing that we looked at her test that I got very excited about. It's an inflammation marker.
Yep.
And for those who are watching, you get this test that you literally is small, this big, and you prick your finger. It's all done through the mail at an independent lab, like one of the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't mind me mentioning, Veronica,
go for it.
If you're one of these things we look at on the inflammation marker, if it's 9% or higher, that's considered very inflamed. And you remember what yours was, your original?
The 13-1.
Yeah, well, not your balance. Your AA to EPA.
I
think it was 12.
Yeah.
So
it was
12%.
Over 9.
And that's inflamed.
Right.
Okay, you're going in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I saw was her number now after 4 months of taking balanced oil. She's at 3%, which is normal. That's normal. That's calm. And you know what's cool about it also, Veronica, is that you eat healthy. You're a very health conscious person. But when you look at these inflammation markers, it shows that your inflammation was going in a direction that wasn't ideal.
Right.
You can't. And now whenever I do the talks, and I say you can't smell it, you can't see it, you don't know you don't know anything's happening. But now that same marker is normal. It's 3%.
Yep. I was really super excited with that. We'll be a little bit technical, 3.5 to 1, but still, I'll tell you what, I feel it right here.
Right.
This is, I mean,
now you're, but see,
in the oil.
You're going back to your balance ratio.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm talking about your AA to EPA, arachidonic acid, which is not on page 5.
Yeah, it was green for the arachidonic acid this time around.
Awesome.
But I'm talking, you know what I'm saying, right? Do you follow me? Okay, because
Yep,
I'm
yep.
going into the 11 different fatty acids, like deeper into it. That part.
Yeah.
Okay. So that part, you're killing it. You're rocking and rolling. All right.
Was
So
happy with it.
so Renee says if she had to pick just one supplement, her and I in agreement, this is the one I'm going with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Veronica?
Oh gosh, it's the only thing I take. The balance oil.
Okay. So then Renee, like one of the things that I like about it is that you have a product, but then we have a service with the test.
Right.
So you have a test to prove that it works. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. You know, one of the things I've noticed in people that I've been talking to that they look healthy, they say that they're healthy, they say that they're doing the right things, and they really do look like they would be healthy, are some of the worst numbers that come back on the test I've noticed. And so, I mean, that was surprising. Out of our little group, the person that I would have expected to be the healthiest came back the highest. And so I was surprised myself. And I came back, my first test was the lowest of all of us. So that was really surprising to me. And so my test is probably in there because Veronica and I did our second test a day apart. So I'm anxious to see what my numbers are going to be. And I'm just really excited. The thing about having a test, and somebody the other day says, well, I don't care what the test says. I just would use the product because I know it should work. Well, wouldn't you rather know that it works?
Mhm.
That was the thing I was so impressed with having the test, is if a company believes in their product enough that you take a test and then you start the product, and then 4 months later, on your 5th month, they give you a free test to show you that it's made a difference. To me, that's all the difference in the world. I've recommended that to other companies over the years, and they weren't interested in proving their products, which
Right.
told me that maybe they didn't have as much confidence, or that their product didn't work as well as they, were telling people it did.
Right.
So the confidence of knowing what the results are, I think, is huge.
Okay. Well, so I want to share 3 major points, and I want you guys your feedback, or maybe even feedback based on what you think people at home would be thinking.
Okay.
And those of you who are catching us live on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to ask a question or push back on me. So if I had to make a case, and let's say I'm a trial lawyer, and the first thing I'm saying is that it's the number one supplement. This is why. So my first point would be what a supplement is. So a supplement supposed to replace what you can't naturally get through food. Right? That's what a supplement supposed to be, right? You're supplementing what you don't have access to when it comes to food, because otherwise you would just get it through food. And my point to that, my first major point would be people are not eating as much fish as they once ate. Now, I'm going to you guys almost like your expert witnesses. So we got Renee, you guys. I know she don't look it, but she's been on this earth for 70 years, everybody.
Almost 71 in a couple weeks.
70 years. And she looks great. So being on earth for 70 years, what has been your experience? Do you agree with what I'm saying, that people aren't eating as much fish?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do love salmon and shrimp and tuna, but I don't find myself eating as much. Not because I don't like it. It's that I like a lot of different things. So I'll choose, I'll choose other proteins lots of times because I like so many different diverse things. But now knowing what I know, I probably eat fish much more often than I did before I took my first test. So, and I enjoy fish, so that doesn't matter to me if that's my protein of choice that I choose, and that it has more benefits. I go with the benefits, and then not knowing, even though I do know a lot about the foods that I choose, and I still wear a meter on my arm, a continuous monitor meter for my blood sugar. because I was a diabetic taking 18 synthetic drugs and 4 insulins, and I don't do that anymore. But I can tell by everything I put in my mouth and I eat, I know exactly how that affects my blood sugar. So
Mhm.
a big advantage to having that, and even if you're not a diabetic, those meters are available. You can purchase them if you can't get them on a prescription from your doctor. They still are available. So for somebody that maybe is more interested in knowing how things actually work, that might be a perfect choice for them also to continue monitoring what they're eating and how it's functioning in their body.
Right. Okay. So then we're gonna go to Veronica, because I believe Veronica is a Catholic, or maybe you had a
Yeah.
Catholic background.
No, I'm born and
Okay.
raised.
Now, so in your experience of being on this earth and being a Catholic, I'm under the impression that Catholics used to make sure they ate fish on Friday. Am I correct?
Yep. During Lent, not all the time, but I
Oh.
mean, I ate meat before, but I eat fish all the time, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I probably for the last 5 years now, I prefer fish. I mean, I know it's an animal, but I just see a cow and a pig and all these, the steaks coming from, it's just like, oh God, I can't eat that. I'm just like, just can't eat it. I have no desire to eat it. So I do like fish. I like, salmon. I love Chilean sea bass. I love scallops, shrimp, tuna, lobster, crabs. Even though they're bottom feeders, I love them.
Okay. So someone who eats fish all the time,
Uh-huh.
and when you did your original test, right, as far as it comes with this,
Yeah.
you were out of balance.
I was 13 to
Okay.
1.
So
Yep.
let's think about, so all of you who don't eat fish nowhere near as much as Veronica, if you want to assume anything, trust me, you're out of balance.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I mean, there's the processed foods, the crackers, your eggs, what you're eating. You don't know what they're feeding those, the chickens and laying the eggs. And, you open up a box of crackers and there it is, soybean oil, salad dressings. I love salads, but I don't use a regular bottle of dressing. I'll eat it plain before I add a dressing, and I'd stay away. And you start to look at ingredients a lot more. Those terrible 10s, soybean oil, high fructose corn syrup. I mean, our food supply is horrible.
Right. So, okay. So that's why. So let's say that someone came here and they go, nah, the number one supplement for me would be protein powder. Someone else, the number one supplement for me is going to be a probiotic. The number one supplement for me is a multivitamin. They can get all of those things, but they're never addressing inflammation.
Right.
Because being out of balance means you're living with that low-grade chronic inflammation that is tied into every health condition.
Yep.
You see me? So that's where I'm coming from. It's like, okay, all right, wait a minute. Okay, now I get what this guy is saying, because you can't fix what we're talking about with the multivitamin.
No.
Now you could move the belly and eat fish for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You'll be in balance. Or maybe you live in Florida and you can fish every day like Marilyn's dad.
Right.
And he was like 3.2 to 1. Because he does like some fried food, right? So I think we have a pretty strong case. So
absolutely.
Okay, so now I want to show everybody. I'll go ahead.
Another, I'm sorry for interrupting. Another thing is the way I love salmon. And I'll tell you what, the way that the farm raised salmon, you need to stay away from that. And then I was eating that. I'm thinking, oh, well, I'm eating salmon. It's farm raised, blah, blah, blah. Then I started to learn a little bit more about it. Organically farm raised. Oh, no. Then I started to learn a little more. No. You got to go wild. You want wild. And then that's when I really started to change my healthy lifestyle and the way of eating in the last 2 years.
And that's a big one for people. We could do a whole show just on the difference between wild salmon and farm raised salmon. Because most people, when they say they eat salmon, it's not wild.
Right.
The good news is that I've seen mixed reviews where the omega-3s are still pretty decent with farm. And then I've seen some reviews where it's not, because they feed them pellets, they feed them soybeans, they feed them like things that are high in the omega-6. That is not what we're talking about. We're trying to get some omega-3s. So I want to show the ease of how to take this product.
Yeah.
So if you get the oil, I mean, we're talking about, like, I'm telling you guys, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. 32 of my clients who were living with dry eye no longer have dry eye. And the only thing they've done different in their life is they started taking the balance oil.
Yep.
So I always tell people, okay, those of you, the Ozras out there in the world, pay close attention. I get out a shot glass, which, Veronica, you gave me this glass. I'm very thankful. And I fill it halfway with water. So I'm doing this with one of my new clients today. I was talking to her. I said, because she was putting the oil in the glass first and then adding some water.
Yeah.
So I go, so this is water. And then what I do is I get my oil. Oh, I'm not going to open that one. It's not open yet. I'm going to open up this one because this is what I'm using. That has 4 times more polyphenols. So remind me to tell people why polyphenols are important.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then
Do you know the olive? Do you know the name of the olive?
No, you do.
I do.
Okay.
It's the Piqua olive from Spain. The pre-ripened Piqua olives.
So here we go. All right. I'm going to go like that. And then I drink it.
There you go. Cheers.
So how do you guys take it? And let's take turns. And then I'm going to change my battery while you guys explain that.
The same.
So you do it the exact same?
Yeah, I do it the same way, except when I travel, I do the capsules.
Yes.
Because it's easier for me when I'm traveling, if I'm going to be for distance, not to be juggling the bottle.
Oh, you just reminded me. I got to pack my capsules.
Okay.
Well, I got you covered, Veronica.
Okay.
So now what I want, Veronica, I want you to interview Renee as a satisfied customer. What are some of the things you would want her to answer or share that other people would say, man, I'm glad I heard that. Okay, so.
Well, not like putting me on the spot.
Well, he has to change his battery.
I know, I saw that. So you're happy with the results so far? Well, wait, you get your second results next.
I should have my second results this weekend. Yeah, I'll go in and check it when we get off the call, because it's time. It's been 4 months, so I did my second test the same day you did yours.
Yeah.
So,
I got a notification this morning.
All right, cool.
Results already.
Yay! That's exciting.
As a satisfied customer so far, how's it helped you with your current diabetes?
Well, I'm not doing insulin anymore, so that's awesome. But I also stopped doing a lot of other supplements, because what I realized when I found that I was in that window of having a rigid cell membrane fluidity is that what I was taking wasn't doing anything to do me any good anyway. Right. So I stopped all the supplements and the eye vitamins and all the things that I was doing, and decided to just do the balance oil through this 120 days, so that as my cells became healthier and became fluid again, then I could add in things that I felt would be that would work and help in other areas as well. But there was absolutely no reason to take it if there was no results happening.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've done the same thing. I stopped everything, even down to vitamin C and vitamin D. I stopped taking them because I wanted to see what my results were as well. And I'll tell you what, the proof is in the oil.
It is.
That was, and thank you, Veronica, for going with the flow with that. That was good. So I want to give a shout out. We had Lisa, your partner, Lisa Lopez Griggs. She was here. Christy, or Christy, who yes. She's on there and she's having fun with us. And then the one and only Miss Sharon. Look at Sharon. She says, I got on a salmon sashimi kick from Whole Foods, but I heard that it's probably giving me parasites.
Oh no, that's not good.
And then she says, we're going to end up eating supplements instead of crappy food one day. Well, you know, one of the cool things about Zenzino as a company is that they know that the world is going to wake up and find out about what we know.
Yeah.
And we know that because they have already began building vats and building methods where eventually we can help 7-8 billion people in the world. Because if everybody woke up right now, like in India, type 2 diabetes is at an all-time high. If you go to Saudi Arabia and like a lot of the Middle East countries, type 2 diabetes is way worse there, and obesity is way worse than America. America obesity levels for women, we're ranked number 20. That means there's 19 other countries that have more obese women compared to women in America. And everybody in America thinks we keep saying we're the fact. We're not. Like we're not. And if you look at men, we're like number 30th. So that means there's 29 other countries that have more men that are obese. So if America is bad, right, which we know we're not in a good place, think about those other countries. And they're battling with inflammation.
Yep.
So go ahead.
You know, when you talk about diabetes, I mean, diabetes runs in my family. And, you know, I get a call from the doctor, hey, your blood work's back, you're pre-diabetic. And I'm like, oh, heck no, we ain't going there. And I was like, I could do something about this. That's when I really start to change my healthy lifestyle, healthy eating. And my A1C went from a 6.8 to a 5. And you know what? You have to understand, too, when you're doing fasting blood work, correct me if I'm wrong, Robert, but the fasting blood work and they do your blood sugar, that's what's been in your blood the last 24 hours, whereas A1C is over a few months.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was nice to know that mine went from a 5. And, you know, I'm trying to help my two brothers, insulin diabetic. And he says my A1C is going up and up and up. I just got him up on the balance oil with your help. He's been on it. He did his baseline. And now he's like, I don't think this is helping. You're not understanding. It's working on a cellular level from the inside out. It is helping you. How you sleeping? You know, and then they go, oh, I sleep like a rock. I do that, you know. So, I mean, I'm right there with you with diabetes.
Okay. Well, so Sharon says she has 2 people getting started with her because she's one of our partners.
Yay.
Should I wait until Monday? Absolutely not. You never wait.
Now.
So right now we have the Black Friday. So we have today, we have tomorrow, we end the month on Sunday.
Do it now.
So now is the time, like for everybody. Like I'm a big believer when someone's ready, meet them where they are.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, so we have a little bit more time. So I want to go there with the omega-3s. So we're going to go omega-3s and polyphenols. So do you guys want to share with those who are listening why you want omega-3s? Why you would want to supplement with a quality omega-3? So we're not saying all the ones you can get everywhere else. We're talking about this one, but let's break it up in half and let's only talk about the benefits of omega-3s. Okay. Who wants to like talk about that? You want to talk about it, Renee?
Sure. So omega-3s, and the reason why we want to take a good omega-3 is because everything that we're getting through our food is unbalancing our omega-3s because it's packed with omega-6s and isn't keeping us in balance. And so the omegas make a big difference. I mean, we've seen that in the results of people that have taken tests that have been on other omegas. And we found out that those other omegas, they still did not pass those tests, and they'd been on it for a very long time. So even Robert, even your mother had been buying Omega XL for over a year, and she was out of balance totally. So the type of omega you're buying is going to make a big difference. And if you're not, following a very strict regimen of not using processed foods and eating omega rich omega-3 rich foods, then you're not going to see the results that you want to see for your health.
Amen.
A lot of people also talk about, oh, I'm allergic to shellfish and whatnot. And you know what? We have an algae version, we have a vegan version, and they don't realize either that this omega-3 is derived from tiny fish, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, wild nonetheless. It's amazing. I love it.
Nice. Well, as you guys see, Chrissy just said
You're
that my
muted.
uncle just bought 4 bottles for himself and his friends. I mean, what a nice person. Because I bought
What a
the
great
big, I
person.
bought the packet so that I could give, like I'm giving my
Robert, you're
aunt.
muted.
Oops. I'm muted.
I can hear him.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's on your part.
Okay.
We've had this moment before. But I'm just saying, like I bought like the special that they have for Black Friday, where you can get $700 worth of product for $170. So I'm giving my aunt, she's getting a free test for Christmas and a test, and she's getting a bottle of the balance oil. My uncle with his blood pressure, my other uncle with his diabetes, they're getting the gift of health this year, and it is what it is. So they can put it off to the side if they want. But that's what I'm doing. So what are your thoughts on any thoughts you guys want to share with Chrissy? No? Hey, did we lose
Maybe you
Veronica?
muted me because I can't hear nothing.
No, we hearing you okay. So you can text her and let her know that we hear her okay. Because something's going on with her computer. Okay.
Something must be.
All right. So for those of you guys who are listening, so we get omega-3s known to help bring down inflammation in the body. They're known to help improve cellular function, cell membrane fluidity, so the cells can get oxygen and nutrients better. It's like the window is open so that things can be detoxed and leave, like the toxins in the cells can leave easier. So that's a win. But here comes the polyphenols. Polyphenols are similar to antioxidants. An antioxidant neutralizes free radicals that can damage our cells. Polyphenols do the same thing inside, but they actually fuel and support and lift up our natural antioxidants. So the master antioxidant that is responsible for getting lead and aluminum and glyphosate out of our bodies. If you got the vaccine and you're like, I'm concerned, I want to make sure this stuff is out of my body, then you want to initiate and ignite glutathione. The glutathione that's produced inside of your cells, and polyphenols help make that happen. And if you're not eating a lot of foods rich in polyphenols, like blueberries, coffee and tea and nuts and seeds, if your nutrition is a little off, why wouldn't I want to double up, quadruple up, 4 times my polyphenols? And I'm getting them in both.
Right.
And polyphenols, last time I looked in PubMed, where all of the published articles peer-reviewed, I think there was like 40,000 published studies on the benefits of polyphenols.
Wow.
And a little over 30,000 on omega-3s. Together, that's 70,000 polyphenols and omega-3s. And if you look at glutathione, over 100,000 published papers on it. So we're not guessing here. And the world is not eating enough fish, and they're not getting enough polyphenols. And they can get both of those in this. That's why it's number one, and the world needs it. Thoughts?
That's awesome. You know, just the information, making it available for more people to learn about it. This is so important because we don't get the information we need. And so we keep doing what we're doing and we keep getting what we're getting, and people are getting sick. Hi, Amelia.
Now I'm wondering. So now you have a guest there, Veronica. So are you babysitting right now? So
I
she
think she
can't hear
came
us.
over. She came over for a visit, I think. So
Okay, because I can't unmute her. So it's definitely on her
Renee,
side.
can you
So
hear me?
I can
we
hear
can
you,
hear you.
Veronica.
I can't hear Robert at all.
Okay, I can hear you, and I can
Okay.
hear
Yeah.
Robert.
And if you
Yeah, I
want,
can't hear Robert.
you can tell her to leave and come back.
Leave
He's
and
gonna
come back. Leave and
close.
come back,
Okay.
Veronica.
Closed caption. All right, I'll be back.
So let's kick her
All
out of let's
right.
kick her out of the
We'll
studio.
kick her out for a minute. Yeah, we'll
All
kick
right,
her out for a
amen.
minute. We'll let her
All right,
back
I
in.
like being on that side over there. There you go.
No, this has been a really exciting process for me, and I believe with Veronica taking some of your nutrition coaching courses as well, it's really helped us in our Power Hour partnership to be able to provide more information, you know, to the different people that have come on board, and for our friends and family, and of course I have a lot of patients I work with in the CBD realm as well, and they definitely need it, and you know it's benefiting their recovery as well. We're seeing some of that. We have in fact one of our patients is coming on our epilepsy faces of epilepsy call that we'll be doing tomorrow.
All right, so can you hear us, Veronica?
I can hear you now, loud and clear.
There you
Yay.
go. So you can always leave and come back. We will welcome you. So I think we're pretty established on polyphenols.
Yes.
I you know how like maybe 15, 20 years ago, people started talking about antioxidants.
Yeah.
And it's become common. Now, most people don't really know what it is, but they know it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the next 5-10 years, the common word will be polyphenols.
Yeah.
Because the light's been shed on them, right? And there's a lot of people who watch this guy named Dr. Gundry, who does a whole bunch of promotional videos, and he has everybody doing shots of olive oil.
Yep.
Now, I'm bringing that up because I believe I saw a question. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. I thought it was from Bridget. I did see. Oh, yeah. So Bridget on Facebook, she asked, what about Mediterranean diet? I have someone tell me that they know they are getting enough omega-3s. Okay. So I want you guys to answer that, and then I'll answer. So one more time, Bridget said that she goes, what about a Mediterranean diet? And that's a question mark. And then she says, I have someone tell me that they know they are getting enough omega-3s. I'm going to go to Renee.
Well, I would say test, don't guess, you know, to make sure that their belief is correct. I don't believe that's correct because they're still probably eating a lot of processed foods in that as well. But you know, I had an interesting conversation with my grandson. He's is a chemical engineering degree, but in all of his chemistry and classes he's been taking, when I talked to him about polyphenols, he actually knew what I was talking about, and he goes, "Grandma, I understand what you're talking about. I'm learning about all that."
Oh, that's great.
So I was so excited, you know, that he understands, and he's a healthy eater, and so I'm really excited for him to see that the next generation coming up is getting better information.
Okay, well, there you go. And what about you, Veronica? How would you answer that?
I would definitely say test, don't guess, because I always turn around and say, well, I can guarantee you're wasting your money. And every person.
So if you were in Bridget's ear, right? Because she has some guy, I'm thinking it's a guy or woman. She goes, hey, listen, I know that I'm getting enough omega-3s.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how do you know? Like, you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
we
I
have
would go
tests.
back. Yeah, I would ask that question. So how do you know?
How do you know? Yeah.
I
And
have a
that's what we-
doctor.
Well, they
I'm a
go,
doctor.
because I feel good, and I feel great. I know I'm getting it. I don't have any problems. Yeah, but how do you know?
You know what? I would answer, especially with my doctor. She's like, I know I am great. I said, well, let's test you. I do yoga. I eat healthy. I eat fish. She came back 33-1, and she never tests for any inflammation. I'm like, She's like, I think I need to buy that oil. And
Well,
she asked for a
thank
test
well,
afterwards.
thank goodness you got her to do the test,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And I think sometimes people don't want to do a test because they don't want to be wrong,
right.
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And then we had someone, I believe it's Diane. She says, I use Dr. Gundry's olive oil, which is, hey, great. I'm not the biggest fan of Dr. Gundry. A lot of what he shares, I would say, is accurate, but a hell of a lot of things he shares is 1000% not accurate.
Mm.
And I say that not to be mean at all. It's just, you got to vet it. And I think if
Yeah.
Dr. Gundry knew of the tests that we have, he would be
Mm.
all over it.
Yeah,
He would try to figure out how can I pass them and get it and brand it under Dr. Gundry.
right, right. Yep.
Okay. So we get the omega-3s. We know the importance of the balance. We know the power of the test. And then when you hear the word Mediterranean diet, like what has been you guys' experience? Because that comes up a lot in my space. Like I was on a call with these doctors and they kept talking about the Mediterranean diet, the Mediterranean diet. They go,
Mhm.
yeah, we're going to make the Mediterranean diet. I said, what is the Mediterranean diet?
When I think of Mediterranean diet, I think of Italy right away. But if you look at the map, they're out of balance too. And why
Yeah,
is that?
but the big question is, what is it? Describe to me what a day of eating looks like, since you guys, and this was me talking to these doctors. I
Right,
said,
right.
can someone please explain to me, walk me through what the Mediterranean diet looks like?
I could not answer that question because I'd never been on it. I don't know,
And they could,
but I would
Me
find
either.
out.
Me either, because I don't like green olives. So, and a lot of the Mediterranean diet and the Greek food that's in the Mediterranean diet is not on my favorite food list. So I'd much rather take the balance oil and take care of that than try to eat along that route. So
right. Well, here's something you guys will find funny, especially when you think about it later, right? It may hit you right now. None of the doctors could explain what a Mediterranean diet was, but I heard them talk about it for 90 minutes.
Mm.
okay.
And then I said, do you guys know who came up with the whole concept of a Mediterranean diet? They go, who? I said, a guy named Ansel Keys and his wife. Ansel Keys is the guy who created all the problems we have when it comes to cholesterol. He's the guy that said saturated fat was bad. He's the guy that said eating cholesterol is horrible for you. And he's the one that came out with the first book, he and his wife, on the Mediterranean diet. So
Interesting.
I know.
Wow.
And then they were all like, oh, wow. How do you? I go, Chat GPT it, Google, do all of that while I'm on the phone with you, because I want you guys to fact check it as we talk about it. And then we went into a whole conversation about it. And at the end of the day, the Mediterranean diet was created by a guy who demonized saturated fat.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I think the Mediterranean diet leans more toward the Crete diet, like Greece,
Right.
like Dr. Simopoulos.
There you go.
And she debated Ansel Keys. She felt he was full of crap
Oh boy.
because when he did his studies, he didn't even look at the omega-6 to 3 balance. And she said, so your hypothesis and what your outcomes were they were wrong. And she's still here. Very interesting.
Very
Much to
interesting.
talk about. Trust me, I can't wait to talk to her live.
Yep. Wow.
Okay.
Well,
So as
thank you.
let's knock out some final words. Again, for those of you who want to take advantage of the Black Week, reach out to anybody that you know that's a partner with the company. Even if you miss it and you catch this on a day when the Black special's gone, but get involved now. Your health benefits from it. If you want to take all those other supplements you're taking, hey, God bless you and keep taking them. All I can tell you is that, as Renee mentions many times, when the cell membrane is more fluid, meaning your cells are healthier, all your other supplements are going to work better.
Yep. Yep.
So to Renee, final words before we say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a no-brainer to me, if you were to go get this test, pay retail, it's $178 on our program, and that's cheap compared to getting it someplace else. And a bottle of oil is like $63 retail, but we have a bundle. So for $115, you can get the test and your first bottle of oil, and then pay $45 a month after that. That's a no-brainer. And if you really, said, well, I'll just eat my omegas, well, a month of salmon, it would be like $450. So you do the math. Which way do you want to go? I think it's just smarter to test and don't guess and figure it out. So that's my summary.
Yep.
There we
All
go.
right. Well, thank you so much, Renee. I appreciate you being here. Veronica?
Yeah, you know what price would you put on your health?
That's true.
We didn't get here overnight. We're not going to get there. We need to work on this. But to me, your health is priceless. So why would you not do this? And we have a Black Week special. Take advantage of it. That's amazing. Buy one, get one free. Do it. Awesome.
Well, there you go.
Get that baseline and get your oil.
I'm with you
Robert.
guys 100%. We got Chrissy. I want to say thank you. They caught us live. Sandy, our very dear partner and friend, both her and Christy caught us live. I'm not sure exactly who Diane is, so I'm going to guess. Lisa did catch us live, so big shout out. Sharon, giving a big shout out. Vegas is on fire, people. Get ready.
Yeah.
Veronica's on her way.
Yeah.
And I think I was telling her, I think I'm coming either. Is it? Yeah, I think I'm going to be. How long are you going to be in Vegas, Veronica?
So the 8th. Hello?
Oh,
The 8th.
so-
The 8th.
okay. Because I believe the one and only Ozra is coming out there.
Yeah, I heard
Awesome.
she was. Yeah, she
Yeah.
wanted to meet up with me as well.
And so I'm coming too.
Awesome.
Woo, when your battery's charging over there, when you coming up too?
It's all good. We will do a follow-up. All right,
All
you
right.
guys.
Sounds
Hey, let's
perfect,
say goodbye,
guys.
everybody. Thank you guys for catching
Thanks
us.
so much.
Until the next one. Peace
Goodbye.
out.
In a world of times, there's a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL.